we need to be completely honest when we're hiring certain positions and people in those certain positions. And with change, we're also evolving. So before, I would always not necessarily complain, but I would openly question you to be like, why are you holding me to higher standards than other people, right? And you would always openly say, well, it's just the position that you're in that requires you to be held to a higher standard, right? And you're one of the people who taught me that, like, some people are happy with being mediocre, and some people don't want more in their life, and therefore they're not going to get more in their life, right? But now we're saying in our organization, we're no longer accepting people who just want to be mediocre, right? And with that then comes the harsh reality of we now need to work to prove that we no longer also want to be mediocre people, right? And I think when you're so used to one certain way of life, it's very hard to now change that different way of life. But I guess my post was not necessarily like attacking people who believe in a certain thing, but kind of showing people and encouraging people that, like, you are able to succeed and achieve all the things you want to achieve, but there are obstacles and challenges that will be put in your way. And yes, you will have to prove that you are the hardest worker in the room sometimes, or prove that you are willing to be the first one to arrive and the last one to leave when people need a hand, or the first person to raise your hand when a coworker is sick and to cover them. And yes, that might take away from your life bucket and happiness, but you need to think, what is my end goal here? Like, if we're trying to raise a team of managers and leaders, then we need a team who's able to do the work to be a manager and a leader, because that no longer comes at an easy price if you're trying to do what we're trying to do, which is positively impact people's lives. Like, that's a huge statement to make. You know what I mean? Like, you can't impact someone's life lightly. And if we're saying positively impact, it's so easy to negatively impact people's lives.
And as many lives as possible.
Exactly. That takes so much work, and that takes being such a good person and, like, being able to give so much love and care to make this huge statement. And we need people on this ride who are going to be able to provide that. So I think that's kind of what fired me up to make that, being like, look, we've showed you in 5 years, we want this. But to get this, it's going to take a whole lot more than what we've got.